Linda.
Today, we come together to dedicate not only the memorial to our patriarch, Marvin Barish, but also the timeline of the company. That is a remarkable feat by the marketing team who put this whole thing together. So I'd like to thank the entire marketing team for doing this and being as professional as they are. This truly is, my father would have been very proud to see this. And he would have been more proud actually of this, the timeline of the company from 1950 when it started to 1973 when he purchased the company to where we are today, literally almost 50 years later. And the company has grown tremendously. Everyone here is part of the family that makes that happen. So with those thank yous done, I'm going to turn it over now to Rabbi Oren Hayon, who can give us a dedication for the memorial and say a few blessings.
Great. Thank you, David. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Good to be with you. It's a joy to get to spend this afternoon a little bit of time together. It's exciting for me to get to see this part of Marvin's life and to see the way that you all knew and loved and remember him. As his rabbi and a representative of his spiritual community, we remember him also deeply and fondly, but in a slightly different way. So it's a real treat to get to see this other dimension of his success and his legacy and the extraordinary accomplishments that he leaves behind him. I want to say a word or two about how I remember him and how we remember him to give you a little bit of a perspective about what Mr. Barish meant to his community, the community that continues to mourn and remember him. The things that he left behind to us were a deep and abiding commitment to children and to families. He leaves behind a deep impact about his commitment to education and study for people of all ages, especially kids, but not only kids. He and Shirley were both deeply committed to lifelong learning, education, self-improvement through study. And he also leaves behind a legacy of hard work and an ongoing sense of hope and optimism in the future. That by hard work, dedication, commitment to one's principles and values, we can make our communities, our homes, our cities, and our worlds continually better. And that is a character that I think is sometimes rare in the world, a belief that by working hard, working with each other, and staying committed to a vision, we can make the world continually better. There's an idea or an expression in Jewish life and Jewish culture when you think about somebody who has died, it is common to express a hope that that person's name will be a blessing. So when we say that, what we mean, I think, is that when we're gone and we remain only in the ways that people talk about us, we hope that people will say things about us, obviously, that are favorable and positive, but that we hope that when people talk about us, the things that we did, the people who we were and the things that we left behind, those things will remain to bless the people who stay in the world behind us. I think it is beyond dispute that Marvin's name is a blessing. When we talk about him, we say the things that are admirable, praiseworthy in his life, and the things that he did, the accomplishments that he accumulated, but especially the person who he was, really remain behind in this world that he is no longer in to inhabit physically as a true, deep, and enduring blessing. And so a couple of words of blessing and dedication for this beautiful tribute to what he did and also who he was. It is said that a life well lived is one that is a blessing and inspiration to those of us who come after them. And so today, touched and illumined by the life and legacy of Marvin Barish, this community gathers together in his memory with this lovely tribute that will add to the joy, the sacred service, the purpose, and the mission of this organization. And so as we dedicate this wall, these artifacts and these accomplishments to the purposes of this community, we do so to honor his name and his memory. In Hebrew, we say, Yehi Zichro Baruch, which means may his memory continue to bless us, and may it inspire us to acts of goodness, and dedication, and continued success. As the psalmists write in Psalm 90, may God's favor rest upon us. May the work of our hands, too, be established and long endure. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Rabbi, for those words. Jackie, would you like to say anything?
Oh, goodness.
I didn't prepare her, so
You didn't
she can be
prepare
a little
me for this.
extemporaneous.
That's okay. So, yeah, I've spent the last, like 10 months now, almost, working to sort of pare down what's left of his estate. And so finding and assembling these things has been sort of a blessing in many ways, and then, you know, sad but happy, and then just great, you know, get to walk through lots of great memories that you know, just little ephemera brings up, you know, whether you find a letter, or as we found letters from Dad to my mother even before they were married. We found all of his love letters, which we never really got to, you know, talk to him about, but we got to see.
Daily letters for over 6 months.
Right. So, you know, things that you find that you go, gosh, I didn't know that about him. So you find out about someone often in what they leave behind. But he left quite a legacy for us to live up to, and that's what we hope to do. So,
Yeah. Thank you.
thank you.
Joe, would you like to say a few words?
Y'all have said enough. Said it all. Standing the pressure.
Well, let me tell you one thing that is happening that the family is very happy about, is that Mom and Dad's house and the place that we grew up has been purchased by Casey and Michelle.
Yeah, that's why I'm standing over.
And they're beginning the process of renovating that house into a home where their family can grow up and the kids can go to school in the same schools that we all went to.
Yeah.
So it's an extenuation of the family that the house continues on and the memories will continue on and new memories will be made.
Yeah.
So it's a lovely thing.
Proud of you.
In 1980, when I came back to the business, we had 2 small stores, one on Town and Country that Jackie was running, and the store on Westheimer that my father was running. Didn't have a lot of employees. So Dad stood behind this counter, the cash wrap, we would call it today, but then it was really a counter, very small, but that was his work area with the telephone and the cash box, and which is right there.
Right.
That was the cash box at Westheimer. And he didn't go out for lunch very much, and we didn't have it brought in. But he would always send somebody over to Whataburger to get a Whataburger and bring it back for him. And he'd be on the phone munching away at his hamburger, at his Whataburger. It was his favorite lunch. So much so that even as he got older and into his 90s, his caregivers every Tuesday would take him to Whataburger for lunch. If you wanted to reach Marvin at 12 or 12:30 on a Tuesday, forget it, because he's at Whataburger. So, in honor and memory of our patriarch, we will begin, not this Tuesday, but hopefully by next Tuesday, a Marvin Barish Whataburger Tuesday. And we will be bringing in Whataburgers here and have a second day of free lunch for everyone. And those who don't eat hamburgers, you can order a salad. So we'll make those. Natalie's working on making those arrangements. We're going to try to get 2 deliveries instead of 1, so that the burgers, at 1 o'clock where it's warm and not cold, because if they get delivered at 12, it's not as good. So we're going to try to make this work, and I hope everyone enjoys it. We are also going to extend this for the first time to the stores, as long as Natalie can work out the logistics of getting the hamburgers to the stores without managers having to go out and get them.
Right.
So,
Freeze and ship it in New York.
no, this is for Texas. There are no Whataburgers up north. So this will be for Chair King stores only, because we don't have Whataburgers in the Northeast yet. Never know. When they do, then we can move it up there too. So that's our announcement to everyone. So another benefit for the company, because everybody works hard and deserves some respite at lunchtime and some good food, and what's better than a Whataburger?
Dad would agree.
So, thank you all for coming.
Yes.
And this marks the end of the dedication. Oh, ribbon cutting.
Oh, we
Sorry,
didn't do it.
we did not do the ribbon cutting.
The official ribbon.
Okay,
We want to,
Yeah.
there we go.
all right.
Hold those.
All right.
Where?
There's some big scissors.
Join
Jack,
on
you want to
this
help?
side.
Here.
Joe,
we're-
you help
We're
too.
helping with this?
All
Okay.
family can do this.
Okay, hold it tight.
Here we go.
Tight, hold it tight.
Wait,
Okay, hold it tight.
Yeah, this one's.
Oh,
pull back.
like that?
Yeah,
hold it tight.
otherwise I
Cut
don't
it.
think the scissors will work.
Ready?
There we go.
What? Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Good job.